New at 6, Governor Laura Kelly vetoes a bill that would have cut taxes for Kansans using faith-based healthcare alternatives. Senate Bill 368 would have allowed members of healthcare sharing ministries to deduct up to $5,000 per person from state income taxes. Healthcare sharing ministries are nonprofits, typically faith-based, where members pool money to help cover each other's medical expenses. It's estimated that about 11,000 Kansas households participate in the ministries. Governor Kelly says her decision was about consumer protection, not limiting religious freedom, saying the ministries aren't regulated, which opens the door to fraud and also abuse.